And overall, just in general, having a scuff or battle beaver with back buttons or back pedals puts you at a large advantage over like average players. So it'll allow you to move more fluently without having to take your right thumb off the thumbstick. I personally still use a regular controller, but I switched my button layout to bumper jumper, where I jump with my left LB button. I also have my button layout, instead of default, I have it at tactical, where I am using the slide button for my right thumbstick. So instead of using B, I'm sliding with my right thumbstick, slide canceling, etc., drop shotting. As mentioned previously, it's all personal preference. So if you want to spend I think minimum for a battle beaver is like $200, definitely worth it, but it takes, about 3 to 4 weeks just to get to you. So also, before watching the rest of the video, what you want to change automatically is the tap to slide setting to slide only. I'll show it on the screen to give you a better idea. They've created this subcategory after the Mw3 beta because there is a slight delay in ADS speed and overall clunkiness when you don't have it on. You also want to kind of just pick and choose what your play style is. If you want to just be, messing around pubs and just movement, or if you're playing competitively, you want to take some of these with a grain of salt. So I will show you the difference with dive on and off. Everything in this video will be pros and cons. Just based off the game, since there's more movement compared to Mw2, people rarely use the dive. You're ultimately going to be using the slide and jumping more often than diving. It just depends if you want to use it in certain situations. Dolphin dive also might be more feasible whenever Warzone drops, so you might want to switch to that from jumping from building to building. It might help. So another major necessity for this game is you want to find your sensitivity sweet spot. I personally use 15-15 for any pub matches, or if I'm just trying to mess around and clip people, post it on TikTok, etc. I've used high sense since Rebirth, so I'm also used to it. But when playing ranked or comp, I go down to 7-7, and then I keep my ADS speed to 1 to have a more snappy aim. You can also have a higher sense and make sure you put your ADS speed to a 0.75, 0.85. It usually helps. But like I said, it all comes with just making sure you get into private lobbies or pub matches and just practice. So as mentioned previously, there are pros and cons to everything in this video. So the pros and cons to dolphin diving is you can typically get to certain areas, like if you're going to be in Warzone, you can get to different spots since there's no fall damage in this game, or a lot less than the previous con. Having automatic attack sprint in your settings will also help with dolphin dive. Once you lay on your stomach when you dolphin dive, you can get up a lot faster, as shown in the video. Next on the list is you want to try and master snaking. And they just recently nerfed snaking, so I pre-recorded all this and wanted to post it beforehand, but I'm just posting it out now. And by the time you're probably seeing this, season 1 will be out. So don't come at my neck for teaching you how to snake when it's kind of nerfed now. So essentially what you want to do is lay down, whatever your lay down button is if you hold B or you use tactical. Once you're on your stomach, you want full tack sprint out of it. And once the full animation completes and your head's above whatever you're snaking, you want to pull the left thumbstick back. And as you're pulling it back, you want to get back down on your stomach and then kind of do that repetitively. So you're hitting the left thumbstick up and down while you're on your stomach, and then once it completes the animation, you're pulling it back and then doing that over and over. So the single most important thing you want to learn in this game is just evidently slide canceling, because that you can use it to your advantage in terms of breaking cameras, and that's mainly what everybody's going to be doing in this game. So whatever your B button is in this game, it's slightly different from previous games. All you have to do is hit the B button or whatever your slide button is. I use tactical, so I hit my right thumbstick. You hit it once, and then all you have to do is hit your jump button after, and that's the slide cancel. Next on the list is B hopping. Even though it's not really in the game anymore, it's kind of nerfed. But B hopping, or also known as bunny hopping, or just jumping, any jump shots will be the thing you would want in your bag to get better at movement. Keep in mind, if you're going against a lot better players, like if you're in ranked, you want to make sure you're not kind of overusing jump shotting or any crazy movements, because they essentially have better aim and they hold angles. So just use it when when it's most necessary. But overall, jump shotting, it does come to, the con is that you will have to practice your aim in terms of getting upper torso shots or headshots. But I do notice you will get more headshots more frequently if you practice it. And it's also harder for your enemy to hit you if you're constantly jumping, back and forth, rechalling, ego challing, etc. The next significant thing you want to learn is drop shotting. I will note, because I've been using tactical for a while, I have noticed drop shotting with tactical is a lot slower than if you're just using B or if you're using a scuff or with paddles. So I want to know, just because snaking is now nerfed, when I post this video, I want to add a different key factor that is definitely a necessity for this game as well if you want to get better. And that is going to be your centering. So obviously you're going to want to practice centering. I started off at a lower sense. I used to never center in Rebirth. I had a higher sense just because I moved faster, but that definitely didn't win me a lot more gunfights. So as you can see in the video, centering is just pretty much predicting where most enemies will be, or they're going to push or have certain angles on. With that in this video, and you can also jump shot into a drop shot as shown in the video. You can use it for different angles, and make sure you want to mix all these movements up to have your enemy guessing. I also want to go over some of the settings I have. A major thing that I like to have is the FOV slider at 120. You will feel kind of faster. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but it seems smoother than a lower FOV. You will also notice a lot less visual recoil. Maybe a placebo effect as well, but just try it out. I'll change up the FOV as well. I'll change it to 110 or something, and so you guys can see the difference in the visual recoil. I like to use 120 when I'm playing Warzone. If you're playing competitively, they typically lower it to 115 or 110, 100 maybe. Because you do get more aim assist, so there's pros and cons. More aim assist with a lower FOV, but there's more visual recoil. And then obviously with a higher FOV, you can see certain angles a lot better. You'll see enemies faster than they see you, and there's no visual recoil. So I'm just gonna go through my settings so you guys can see what I have in terms of my aim type. I have dynamic automatic tack sprint on you. That's a huge necessity to be able to tack sprint all the time and have better movement, and also overall ADS sensitivity, etc. And having a lower sense is going to help your center overall. The more you practice, the better it will be, and the more pub games you get into, competitive games, etc. You want to definitely, this is one of the major things besides slide canceling, to have just better movement is just having better aim. Because in a nutshell, even if you have crazy movement in the game, if you can't aim for shit, what the hell's the point? You're gonna get just dogged on or slammed by other players. So you want to make sure you practice your aim and centering overall to get better at this game. Make sure you drop a like to help my YouTube algorithm. It's a very small channel. And also, if you think I've missed any major key components to the movement guide or just getting better in Mw3. So hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for future content. And if you want, you can leave a like to tell me who's ready for Warzone dropping tomorrow.